Let's take a look at the pre-ban between JINYAO and YEONHONG-187. YEONHONG does have a lot of LD, and one of the strongest being Laura, a very dominating unit, and it will be banned. Oh no, YEONHONG! Why are you taking away the content? And the Light Bison we ban out on the side of JINYAO. No more funny Light Bison moment for us, but what is going to be the first pick from YEONHONG? The good old Oliver first pick once again. JINYAO cannot do his Light Bison team again. He's going to go for the segment first pick potentially. And it's going to be a Praha, not locking in any speed lead yet. Still keeping the option open in the next 3 picks. YEONHONG can potentially going to go for the Mouse and Raccoon to deal with a segment Praha coming from JINYAO. So we saw how the Vert was really strong against Mouse Raccoon combo to get the attack bar for the Praha to do her work. So maybe JINYAO is going to pick up a Vert and an Ethna here to provide a lot of damage and turn cycling. He's thinking about it. Is he going to go for Cigar Vanessa or Ethna and Pontos? Many different options for him. He will go for the Pontos and Julian, a unit that cannot be killed very easily, but YEONHONG still have another 2 last pick to counter the Julian if he wants to. But I think he's going to choose to counter the Pontos and ban out the Julian by going with something like a Juno and maybe something that can strip reset like a Cigar as well. So let's see what he's going to go with here. The good thing about having Mouse, Raccoon, Oliver is that you are not open to a Douglas last pick thanks to the Mouse being water and doing a lot of damage. It's going to be Juno getting picked up and Lima as well. Both teams have a 5-star LD invincibility. JINYAO locking in the unit that... Oh wait, not locking in that unit just yet. But he's thinking about it. The water holy berry that terrified. What is JINYAO doing? The last pick is going to be the water ninja. Susano getting picked up last from JINYAO, and the Susano is gonna be very good against Juno Raccoon, but might die very quickly to Mouse and Oliver. I wonder what's going to be the ban here. Is it going to be the Oliver ban to make sure that the Susano get a lot of turns? It's going to be a Lima ban and Julian ban. JINYAO will have his Susano, but can this Susano perform against Oliver, Mouse, Raccoon? We shall find out. If it performs well, I'm going to add Susano into my counter draft checklist as well. Here we go, guys. The very first game of Susano in SWC 2023 is about to happen. But first, we get to witness the magic of Segment going in with a strip reset. And Segment's going to go straight into the Oliver, get the strip reset on the Oliver. So Oliver is no longer a threat for a couple turns. But remember, Violent Proc is a thing, so Oliver might get his skill 3 back very, very soon. Mouse going straight into the Susano. And Susano, even though he could gain attack bar, the Mouse pushed back the attack bar, so he couldn't get a turn in between. And the Juno's also going for Susano. Susano's biggest weakness is that he's not exactly very tanky, but he can do a lot of damage. Let's see the damage coming out from Susano here. And the victim will be the Juno. He did not a whole lot of damage, and that also means not a whole lot of healing. And he will be the target for this Mouse turn. And it might be the end of Susano. Can he survive this Mouse? Going in, and he survived, getting enough attack bar as well. No violent proc for the Mouse. And Speedball coming out from the Pra is going to allow the Susano to do a lot of work here with the damage that scale with speed. So Pontos cannot buff just yet because Juno will have the strip available. Now he needs to let the Segment defense break the enemy so that Susano can start doing good damage. The revenge from the Juno is hurting the Susano more than he can heal back. And I think this Susano is on Destroy rune. Is that Destroy effect on the Juno HP bar? It can be. It can very well be on Destroy rune, who knows? This Susano is surviving this Juno and doing a lot of damage on the Juno as well. But one Violent Proc from the Mouse and the Susano might die instantly. So it is very scary for JINYAO here because the Susano might die any moment in this round. Oliver getting skill 3 back very, very soon here. Pontos having the buff available. Is he going to go for it? because the Juno can strip it. But remember, strip from Juno is not 100%, and Segment can reset that strip if she want to. Segment's gonna go for the strip. Oh, they didn't get the reset on the Juno, which means the Juno is gonna be able to strip, but did not get the Susanoo. Susanoo is gonna be able to do more damage on the Juno and take down the Juno. This Susanoo is gonna be protected by invincibility, so the mouse will have to choose another target here. And remember, the Segment having the skill available, and it's gonna go for the Pawn Toss, but the Nemesis rune allow the Pawn Toss to come in between and land the silence onto the Oliver, so the Oliver cannot take away the skill of the Segment. And Segment will now have the defense break available to use, and that's gonna allow Susanoo to one-shot. No defense break was landed on the enemy, and Raccoon is gonna get a Violent Proc to heal the mouse as well. But at this moment, we have Praha healing for the Susanoo. Susanoo back to full HP with speed buff and a lot of damage potentially onto the Raccoon, doing some decent damage right there, but not enough yet. And no more defense opportunity for the Segment here, but she does have the reset and get the reset on the Oliver, so no skill reset coming out from Oliver anytime soon. But Mouse Raccoon is a deadly duo, and this is gonna be a lot of damage on the Susanoo. Susanoo take the hit, get the Violent Proc as well. Susanoo will go down to Mouse. Simple Violent Proc right there, but the Praha is going to use the opportunity that Susanoo bought for her and go for the damage onto the Raccoon. He is almost taking down the Raccoon. Can he get it done with the Praha? Praha get opportunity, and she will finish off the Raccoon. Oliver and Mouse will no longer have the rat for healing, but they are very, very strong with their own damage. Can this Oliver Violent Proc to bring the game back for YEONHONG? Because the Praha will soon have healing, and protection is going to come up from the Pawn Toss. Here comes the heal coming out from the Praha as well to bring the turn down for the enemy team. No more turn for Oliver Mouse. And the Segment have another opportunity to reset the Oliver once again. Gonna wake up the Oliver, not using the skill 3 just yet because he has the silence right here to shut down the Oliver skill, and the damage will be back on the Mouse. He wants to defense break this turn. Can he land the defense break? He's gonna go for the defense break. Get defense break on both targets. Very good moment, but the Mouse gonna shake off the defense break with the Violent Proc, and Praha is on the verge of dying. Pawn Toss will now go for potentially the Oliver with the defense break and bring down the Oliver very, very soon here. Can the Praha bring down a target? He's gonna go for the Oliver. Cannot finish off the Oliver. Oliver have the Violent Proc opportunity. It's gonna be very important to get it, but no Violent Proc for the Oliver here. And the Segment is going to take down the Oliver. But remember, Mouse can be very scary at the end game. Take down the Praha. 2v1. But this unit is very tanky and can do a lot of damage at the same time. And he can stun as well. And the target he's going to go for will be the Pawn Toss. But Pawn Toss with the Nemesis is going to cut in between and get the invincibility up for the team. Remember, Mouse can strip. Where he go? He's going to go for the Pawn Toss. Doesn't get the Violent Proc this time. And the Segment will finish off the Mouse. JINYAO get game 1. Will we see another 2-0 though? That's the biggest question. Round 2 between JINYAO and YEONHONG. And this time, the pre-ban will fall on a different unit, which means we might see the Light Bison come back into the draft. And the pre-ban will be Oliver and Julian. No more Julian for JINYAO. No more Oliver for YEONHONG. First pick for JINYAO here. What is he going to go for? Is he going to first pick the Light Bison? And I can't wait to see that, man. Oh my god, he's actually doing it! The light striker Craig. First pick coming out from JINYAO here. YEONHONG's gonna respond with the Jemaya segment to control the turn 1. But JINYAO has the opportunity to go for mouse and pawn toss here to really dominate the turn 1 as well. Is he gonna go for it? Or will he go with a different speed lead this time? Maybe a more Ethna to be different. No, it's gonna be Praha, more speed buff, and the pawn toss once again. So he's having double speed buffer, so his mouse last pick can be even stronger, unless YEONHONG steal that unit away from him. We might need to see a Juno coming out from YEONHONG to deal with all the buff coming out from JINYAO here, and maybe a Bover or mouse as well, because all this buff are way too juicy. Not, oh, he's gonna strip all that buff instead, and that's going to be the Laura getting picked up by YEONHONG and the Barad for the follow-up. We saw that earlier, how he destroys the enemy with this combo, but JINYAO is gonna block the Laura with a Hey Gang. Remember, the pawn toss is also a nemesis, which means he can cut in between and put up the invincibility to protect against the Laura. And last week will be Juno coming out from JINYAO as well to strip all the buff coming out from the Laura and utilize all the debuff coming out from YEONHONG to use for healing. And Juno is an incredible endgame damage dealer for a team without healing like YEONHONG. So last week from YEONHONG will have to be a healer, or else he will get out-sustained by the enemy team, and that's going to be the Abelio, which I think will get banned instantly by JINYAO, and YEONHONG will have to take care of either the Hey Gang or the pawn toss problem here. I think he's gonna ban the Hey Gang, use the segment to reset the pawn toss and try to control the enemy team, but that is a very risky position. Or maybe he have to ban the Juno, because Juno is absolutely insane. He's gonna ban the Hey Gang, and the Abelio is gonna let ban as well. So YEONHONG is hoping for the segment to not get absolutely destroyed by the law of resistance that will happen in the first turn. Because if he missed the reset on the pawn toss will cut in between and put up protection against the Varad. Here we go, segment going in with a big reset. Can she get it done this time? Oh my god, the crack is actually cutting in between the Laura and the Varad, which means the Juno and the Prague may stop him from doing the thing. Big AoE coming out from the Laura. Get a Violent Pro as well, and the slow debuff will stop. Oh, it will not be enough to stop the crack from moving. The crack will take a turn to boost the team, and the Praha Juno will be ready to go. Juno, big strip, and Praha with a big sleep. But remember, Violent Pro is a real thing, and he's gonna miss the Varad here. But the speed buff is going to allow the Juno to lap the enemy team, and the pawn toss will not get frozen by the Varad. If the Juno can stun the Jemaya, it's going to be huge. Big stun on the Jemaya, and the pawn toss will soon get his skill back. And the Praha is going to get a Violent Pro as well. Remember, YEONHONG doesn't have any healer, so this Juno at the end game is going to be unstoppable, because the YEONHONG team is constantly healing the Juno while giving her speed buff so that she can do more damage. Even though JINYAO is being controlled, but the one that is not being controlled is the Juno, and that is one of the biggest problems that YEONHONG doesn't have an answer for. Big damage from the Juno coming right up onto the Laura. No, gonna be on everybody with the AoE, and the pawn toss can return some defense break as well. Here we go, pawn toss looking for a target here for the skill 1, and he will return the debuff onto the segment, giving the glancing to her. Segment have the skill 3 available, gonna use it on the Praha, but who's gonna stop the Juno? The Juno's taking down unit left, right, center with the damage from the speed buff that YEONHONG is giving it to her every single turn. Big damage on the Laura, stun the Laura as well, and the Praha's gonna follow up with even more damage from an additional damage by Artifact. And there's nothing that the segment can do to stop anyone on the side of JINYAO. JINYAO is gonna get the invincibility from the pawn toss. This might be GG. Oh my god, he's doing it. Another 2-0 coming out from JINYAO, because there's nothing that YEONHONG can do at this point to stop the Oracle from killing him one by one. And that is GG. JINYAO will take game 2. Oh my god, another 2-0. Wow, incredible performance by JINYAO.